Hello and welcome to ETH Insights. This is Future Lens, and today I have a very special guest with me. Not very often do we get the opportunity of having a conversation with Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, who is the founder of the Hiranandani Group. Dr. Hiranandani, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
All right, so let me begin by asking, India is getting built. India is getting reimagined, reconstructed in a way. And globally also, India is quite a big conversation. Since you have seen the India story closely, and you have also crafted different stories within this story of growth around India, where is India headed? How do you feel about India right now?
India is going through a transition which is so beautiful that we cannot imagine. And what we have seen in the last 65 years, in the next 5 years, which will beat the entire progress of the last 65, 70 years. I think that's the transition that is taking place. It's not about the GDP growth of 6.2%. It's not about the fact that we are now the fourth largest GDP in the country. But it's about the change which comes in terms of aspirations, in terms of positioning, in terms of the recognition that we are able to contribute not only to India, but the rest of the world. And we have a role to play, which is going to make a world of a difference in the next 5 years. I think a combination of all of this is important for us to do. And today, the demographic dividend that India brings to the table, we are going to take it to the next level. And I think all this put together with leadership of the Prime Minister, which has made a world of a difference in terms of everything and every activity that we see, with infrastructure development, which is at such a rapid pace that I would not have imagined about it 10, 15 years ago. I think a combination of all these things and more is making a difference everywhere. Earlier, when I would go to the Western world, maybe 20 years ago, they would look at me and said, he's coming from a poor country. They will need money. They will this, that, and the other. Today, they will look at us with respect, with the idea that we will contribute to the world. We will contribute in terms of ideas, innovation, in terms of people, in terms of it. Indian diaspora have CEOs which lead multinational companies all across the globe. So all this and more will, in fact, leapfrog in the next 5 years is my expectation. I look forward to that.
All right. So while we are very bullish about India, we are looking at this growth story moving beyond the imagined proportions. What can go wrong?
Everything can go wrong. You see, what happens is that opportunities are to be taken, grabbed, positioned, used, not abused. Platforms which come up, you leapfrog on them. But if you do not actually use every aspect of change and development, and every crisis of the world is an opportunity for India. So if tomorrow there is tariffs which are increased, we get an opportunity to be able to put up industry in our country.
Absolutely.
We have the demographics to have and use those opportunities. If there is wars going on in various countries of the world, our wars ended in a very short period of time. I think if we continue to take leadership in the world while lots of things are going on where the headwinds are strong against growth and development, if we can use this as a positive opportunity, I think we will continue the thing. And the leadership is showing results. And I think we are very proud of that part of it. Also, at the micro level, we see a lot of transformation. And that is unique, according to me. Let's take the Mumbai region, where we stay. In the last 65 years, we had 190 kilometers of metro, of suburban rail, Western Railway, Central Railway, and Harbour Line. In the next 2 years, Mumbai region will add 300 kilometers of metro. We will have a coastal road. We'll have a new airport. We'll have an MTHL. We'll have Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor completed. We are looking at a third airport before the second airport is ready. We're talking about a port which will be bigger than the JNPT, which handles 35% to 40% of India's exports and import trade today. So I think the positivism in terms of it is not only in terms of a thought process, but action on the ground. So I think there is a different world that we live in, and the aspirations of India could see light of day. Hurdles, there'll be thousands. There could be a petroleum crisis because we import energy, tariff problems, which is there. Pakistan, which is could be rabble rousing. China could play a trick. I don't see anything headwinds. Of course there are, and if you don't have challenges, then where's the victory?
Absolutely.
So I don't. I think we'll be victorious.
That's very philosophical as well, right? In life, as in business, there would be challenges. But let me come to your sector. What are the possibilities that you see in the real estate sector?
So last year, our estimates were that the growth of real estate would be little less than 10%. It grew by 10 to 12%.
Mm-hmm.
This year, the estimate is 10 to 12%. We will grow by 15%.
Mm.
We contribute 7% of the GDP of the country. Niti Aayog says that by 2030, we'll contribute 15% of the $5 trillion economy that real estate will do. So we expect that the growth will be beyond 15% for the next 5 years in terms of real estate and infrastructure. But, people don't understand that the double-digit GDP growth in China took place when they focused on infra and real estate. It was not only manufacturing which caused that double GDP growth which China took forward to and leapfrog. The second part of it, which is very important for real estate growth, is the fact that we are the second largest employer in the country after agriculture. And you know about underemployment in agriculture. But we will be the ability to remove unemployment in India if we can only skill our unemployed people in the country. Because a company like mine is 500 people short of skilled workers. A company called L&T, the CEO mentioned that there are 25,000 workers, skilled workers short just now. And this is
this number.
It's a tremendous number. And so now just talk about India. So if we focus on skilling in real estate and infra, we will actually solve the unemployment problem of India. And the growth story will, according to me, in the next 2 years, we can reach double-digit GDP growth, while the rest of the world will be less than 5 or 6%, around 5-6% max. So I think we have an opportunity, but for which the government will have to work on the skilling part of it and all that. And I think they are doing a lot, but not enough. And I think we need to do 10 times more in order to achieve what we want in terms of skilling.
Okay, aligned to this story of growth is also the story of smart cities. Celebrated story. This has been there in our consciousness ever since the new government came in. How do you really enable this story to take off by making smart cities, helping them to become truly livable, sustainable, and globally competitive?
What is a smart city? First of all, if you don't have Makan, when 50% of the population of the richest city in the country has 50% people living in jhopatpattis, and you talk about smart, then I think it's a misnomer. We need to first see that we remove and eliminate all slums in Mumbai, which we can do, and we have the recourse to do so now. So in the next 5 to 8 years, I think Mr. Devendra Fadnavis is targeting that we should really do that. If you can give homes and houses to the fast, you do the infrastructure, the private sector can do a lot to make the smart cities happen. But if you don't do the infrastructure, and if you don't do this part of the education in a different sort of way, then I think we will lose out. So to make a smart city is not only to put engineering and AI and other things to place, which you must, but I'm saying the other aspects of it also needs to be taken care of. And if you take care of both the cities won't become smart, they will be super smart. So a combination of private sector doing industry and IT and AI and all these aspects of it incorporated into all the businesses that we do, with infrastructure and housing taking the lead in the entire country, I think we will cross, in the next 3 years, we can do double-digit GDP growth comfortably.
And how do we ensure that smart cities don't exist in pockets, but also go deep into the hinterland where people can have a more livable, more sustainable experience?
every country in the world has iconic centers of gravity.
Mhm.
Some places could be industrial, places will be IT, some places will have traditional craft, which can be do, certain places will be textiles, certain things can be rural agricultural growth where we do all that. To try and think that every IT has to be in every corner, nook and corner of the country is not possible.
And India is a huge
No,
country.
it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Because if suppose 50 companies are there in the Mumbai region or Bangalore or Hyderabad, the manpower of that type is in that location. One company has less people they want from the other companies. People move around in that kind of thing. Where we have textile units, you'll have 20 textile units in a particular location. Automobiles, you have it in Chennai, you have it in Pune region, you have it in Haryana, I believe, you have it in Ahmedabad to some extent. So you will have centers of gravity. So you'll have multiple centers which will take heavy weights of this kind of, and we shouldn't bother about that. But you can, bring in various type of things and activities. Like, for instance, tourism. Dubai does more tourism than the whole of India.
So that's an opportunity.
It's a big opportunity. Your religious tourism, it can increase by 20-fold. Beach tourism. Goa is such a small place, but look at the number of tourists it gets. Maharashtra has such a coastline. Kerala also does a lot of tourism. But if you look at the entire coastline that we have, we could take over the tourism traffic of the entire world. It could be a destination which we talk second to none. So I think the opportunity is there. A focus center in terms of what we want to do and how we want to do it. There should be a clarity in that respect. Once we have that clarity, I don't see anything coming in the way of our success.
All right. So let me move to another very current conversation, which is about sustainability. How can real estate companies move beyond compliance and create a conversation around sustainability-led design, which they embrace, which comes naturally in their course of action?
So let's talk about Powai Hiranandani Gardens. 35 years ago, we started that project. 30 years ago, we created the largest sewage recycling plant in Mumbai, 4 million liters per day. And we have been recycling since last 30 years. No other company in Mumbai did it, not even the municipal corporation. In Thane, we replicated that. So in Hiranandani estate in Thane, we have done it. We have planted, we had 20 trees in 250 acres. We have now 4 lakh trees in Powai. We have 25%, 30% of the area of gardens and forests in Powai. So where we had quarry land, we have trees. The temperature in a developed Hiranandani Gardens is 2% lower than just 4 kilometers away. This is the meteorology department report which has come up. So development and sustainability can go in hand. You make national highways, you plant trees, you are able to do it. Recycling of water. Mumbai doesn't have recycled water, not even treated sewage. Now corporations are just starting to do it. We put raw sewage into the sea. We turn that becomes sustainable. So from separation of a plastic, which an individual, you and me, can do it in our home and do that in segregation of baggage, to developers who can do sustainability. We make green buildings. We made 2 platinum rated green buildings 20 years ago in Powai, the BG House and Crystal House. So it's all this sustainability is possible. It is happening. Maybe not fast enough, maybe not quick enough, not enough for our country, but it'll happen.
But it requires purpose and intent as well.
100%.
Finally,
It needs leadership.
Absolutely. It needs leadership and intent as well, like you said. So finally, going beyond the conversation on real estate, I'm a little curious to know about Yota and how your data center vision is contributing to India's data sovereignty and making this conversation only bigger when it comes to what you're doing.
So Yota will do a paradigm. It is the first Indian cloud. It is probably having the largest number of NVIDIA chips in India, if not Asia. We're already operational 9,000. Target is 16,000 NVIDIA chips, which will probably take leadership of AI in this region of the world. We're now taking this new paradigm to a new level in terms of service provision. 500 plus satisfied customers of various kinds, including banks, financial institutions, and others. So I think the aspect of it, look at what country is. We produce more data, sir, than the US and China put together today. And we only store 25% of that data in India. Even if we have to cover up what we are ourselves producing and forget the growth story, so data in India will double in the next 3 years.
That's a huge opportunity.
So there is a big opportunity in the data situation. But it's not simply storage that is important. It's the other part of it which is going to be extremely interesting, and how we will make a difference in India and we will be the leaders of the world and not the other countries. I think that is what I'm looking forward from IOTA.
On that optimistic note, thank you very much for talking to us. It was a real pleasure to have this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that was Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, co-founder and chairman of the Hiranandani Group. And this was a conversation about real estate and the opportunities India presents around infrastructure, smart cities, and the way we need to look at sustainability. We also talked about data and his rendezvous with it. This is ET Edge Insights, and you're watching Future Lens.